Welcome to Age of Steel and Fire, where modern warfare meets raw power. Tanks, tactics, and thunder. Let's roll. For nearly a century, Germany has built steel machines that are small in size, but mighty in impact. These light tanks weren't just tools of war. They were symbols of strategy, speed, and innovation. From secret prototypes tested in the shadows of history to sleek modern designs born in the digital age, the journey of German light armor is full of surprises. In this video, we'll explore 15 iconic light tanks. Each one tells a story of ambition, of engineering, and of the battlefield. So buckle up as we roll into a world where every engine roar is a chapter, and every shell fired is a punctuation mark in the book of armored warfare. Before the world knew the thunder of Germany's panzer divisions, there was a quiet beginning. This is the Leichtraktor, a prototype tank developed in secret during the early 1930s, when Germany was still bound by the Treaty of Versailles. What's fascinating is that it was tested at the Kama training ground in the Soviet Union, where Germany and the USSR cooperated behind closed doors to advance armored warfare. Weighing nearly 9 tons and armed with a 37mm cannon and MG-13 machine gun, the Leichtraktor was built for training. Only 4 prototypes were ever produced. It was never mass-manufactured, never saw combat. The Leichtraktor wasn't a war machine. It was the spark that lit the fire. After the early prototypes, Germany moved into full-scale production with the Pz.Kpfw II, a light tank that became a frontline workhorse in the early years of World War II. It weighed just under 9 tons, armed with a 20mm autocannon and an MG-34 machine gun. Not the most powerful tank, but fast, reliable, and easy to produce. Over 1,800 units were built, and it played a key role in training crews, scouting, and spearheading the blitzkrieg across Poland, France, and North Africa. The Pz.Kpfw II may have been small, but its impact was massive. Our third light tank is the Pz.Kpfw T-15, a prototype developed by Škoda in Czechoslovakia under German command. Designed to replace the Panzer II, the T-15 aimed for higher speed, better armor, and improved reconnaissance capabilities. Despite its promise, the T-15 was never mass-produced. Only a few prototypes were built for testing before the project was cancelled. The Pz.Kpfw T-15 stands as a bold idea that never made it to the battlefield, a glimpse into what might have been. Our fourth light tank is the Pz.Kpfw III OSF. A fully mass-produced version, no longer just a prototype. It served as one of Germany's main battle tanks in the early stages of World War II, especially during the invasions of Poland and France. Weighing around 20 tons, it was armed with a 37mm Kwk-36 cannon and an MG-34 machine gun. Over 96 units of this variant were built, marking a key transition from light armor to true battlefield dominance. The Pz.Kpfw III OSF. It wasn't just a tank, it was a turning point in Germany's armored warfare evolution. Our fifth tank is the Pz.Kpfw II OSF. G, also known as VK9.01, a prototype developed as part of Germany's effort to upgrade the Panzer II series. The goal was to create a faster, more advanced light tank with improved suspension and combat capability. Thanks to its torsion bar suspension and powerful Maybach engine, VK9.0, one could reach speeds up to 65 km per hour. Impressive for its time. However, it was never mass-produced. Only a few prototypes were built before the project was shelved in favor of newer designs like the VK13.03. Our sixth tank is the Pz.Kpfw II OSF. L, better known as the Lux, which means lynx in German. True to its name, the Lux was a nimble, compact reconnaissance tank built for speed and agility. Weighing around 11.8 tons, It was armed with a 20mm Kpfw-38 autocannon and an MG-34 machine gun. Powered by a Maybach HL-66P engine, it could reach speeds up to 60 km per hour, perfect for scouting missions and tactical support. The Lux was mass-produced, with around 100 units built and deployed mainly on the Eastern Front. A small tank with sharp instincts, just like the Lynx it was named after. Our seventh tank is the VK-16.02 Leopard, a prototype light reconnaissance tank developed in 1942. The Leopard was designed to be a heavily armored scout vehicle, with stronger firepower and better survivability on the battlefield. It weighed around 21 tons, armed with a 50mm Kpfw-39 cannon and an MG-34 machine gun. Its frontal armor reached up to 80mm, impressive for a light tank. But that weight came at a cost. The Leopard was too heavy and complex for fast reconnaissance missions. The project was canceled, and only a few prototypes were built for testing. The next tank is the VK-28.01, a prototype light tank developed in 1944, during the final and most intense phase of World War II. It was intended to replace the Panzer II and Lux, featuring a more modern design, better armor, and high mobility. With a projected top speed of 60 km per hour, VK-28.01 was envisioned as a next-generation tactical scout. But the tides of war shifted quickly. Resources ran low, and the project was canceled before mass production could begin. VK-28.01 was a promising design, just too late to make a difference. Our ninth tank is the Spa-Panzer SPIC, a post-war design from West Germany, shaped by the demands of the Cold War era. Developed in the early 1950s, the SPIC aimed to be a compact, agile reconnaissance tank with enough firepower to defend itself. It weighed around 8.9 tons, equipped with a 90mm autocannon, and could reach speeds up to 58 km per hour. With its low profile and high mobility, the SPIC was well suited for scouting missions in modern combat environments. However, only a few prototypes were built, and the project was canceled due to shifting NATO strategies. The SPIC was a bold experiment, a small tank with big ambitions in the post-war world. Our 10th tank is the HKW-12, a post-war light tank design from West Germany, developed in the early 1950s. HKW stands for Pz.Kpfw, meaning Army Combat Vehicle. The HKW-12 was intended as a light reconnaissance tank, weighing around 12 tons and armed with a 20mm cannon and machine gun. Despite its compact design and decent speed, the HKW-12 remained a prototype and was never mass-produced. The project was eventually shelved due to shifting military strategies and the emergence of more advanced designs. Our 11th tank is the HKW-30, a post-war prototype developed by West Germany in the early 1950s. It was an upgraded version of the HKW-12, featuring improved armor, a more modern design, and better mobility. Weighing around 14 tons, it was equipped with a 30mm cannon and machine gun, with a projected top speed of 60 km per hour. The HKW-30 was intended to become the main tactical reconnaissance tank for West Germany's armored forces. However, like its predecessor, it never made it past the testing phase. The project was canceled due to shifting military priorities and newer designs. Our 12th tank is the Spa-Panzer RU-251, a high-speed reconnaissance prototype developed by West Germany in the late 1950s. The RU-251 was designed to be a fast, well-armed scout tank with strong survivability in modern combat scenarios. Weighing around 16 tons, it carried a 90mm cannon and a machine gun, reaching speeds up to 80 km per hour, an impressive feat for a tank of its time. With its low profile, angular turret, and advanced suspension, the RU-251 looked like a tank from the future. Despite its promising performance, it remained a prototype. The project was canceled due to shifting military priorities and budget constraints. RU-251 was fast, powerful, and modern, but never got the chance to prove itself in battle. Our 13th tank is the Rheinmetall Panzerwagen, a modern prototype developed by Germany in the post-Cold War era. This experimental design aimed to create a high-speed reconnaissance tank with strong firepower and advanced survivability. Weighing around 25 tons, it was equipped with a 105mm cannon and cutting-edge sensor systems, capable of reaching speeds up to 70 km per hour. With its low profile, angular turret, and modern tech, the Rheinmetall Panzerwagen looked like a tank built for digital warfare and rapid deployment. However, it remained a prototype and was never mass-produced or officially adopted. Our 14th and final tank is the Pz.Kpfw, a highly unusual prototype whose name translates to bark beetle in German. This experimental design was developed in modern times, aiming to create a supermobile light tank capable of operating in forests and rough terrain. With its lightweight build, low profile, and agile movement, it was meant to mimic the stealth and adaptability of a forest insect. Despite its intriguing concept, the Pz.Kpfw remained a prototype and was never mass-produced or officially adopted. It's a poetic end to our journey, a small, mysterious, and imaginative tank that closes the chapter with flair. From unfinished blueprints to battlefield legends, the journey of Germany's light tanks is a tale of ambition, innovation, and historical turning points. Each vehicle on this list is more than just a machine. It's a snapshot of its era, where engineering, strategy, and military vision converged. Whether prototype or combat veteran, each tank helped shape the legacy of German armored warfare. Thank you for joining us on this journey. See you in the next adventure, where history and technology continue to collide.